it leads into the Hidden Palace. And the Hidden Palace is interesting, because this is a cut level from Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was originally going to have a stage called Hidden Palace, but they cut it for time, and they took, like, the leftover resources and made this very short interim stage here in Sonic and Knuckles. And here's where the plot really kicks in. So there's the Death Egg, again, very convenient that the Death Egg landed in this mountain where the Hidden Palace is at. I bet, like, in Sonic 3, I don't think Eggman knew about the Master Emerald. I think he was interested in keeping his hands on the Chaos Emeralds, which he knew Sonic had. And that's why he asked Knuckles to steal them for him. He's like, oh, they're Emerald Hunters. And Knuckles was like, the Master Emerald? And Eggman's like, what? Yeah, whatever. Go steal his Chaos Emeralds. They're like your Emerald too, I'm sure. And he didn't know about this place. But then... And like, he was only interested in getting fuel, using the Chaos Emeralds to launch his Death Egg back into the sky with the launch pad zone. And then here, after we bested him there... Tails, calm the fuck down, dude. Oh my god, Tails. Calm down. Jesus Christ. After that, he crash-landed into this mountain, and was like, what the fuck is this? And Knuckles like, this is my Hidden Palace zone. It's where my emerald's at. And he's like, that's your emerald? Okay, new plan. That's what I think happened. And then, you also might think, why was Knuckles so quick to believe Eggman about Sonic? Well, very interesting mural there. What does that look like? You could read it in two ways, I suppose. It looks like a super-powered angel fighting a mechanical monstrosity that's stealing a giant emerald. Or maybe it could look like the mechanical monstrosity is protecting the emerald against the super-powered, glowing, golden creature. So maybe when Knuckles saw Super Sonic come rushing in out of his island, he thought, he looks like from the mural. From the mural! This was prophesized. They're bad guys. I gotta stop them. They're here to take the Master Emerald. Just like I saw in the mural. That might be why Knuckles was so quick to believe Eggman's story at the end of the day. What's up, buddy? Wanna throw down? Wanna throw down, Knux? Let's go! Bring it! Rock it! Let's go! Been looking forward to this for a while. Finally, you get to fight this guy. This guy who's been cheesing you off the entire frickin' game. Finally, you get to bust his ass up. Fuck you, Knux. Aw, you're doing a bad job, guy. Huh? What's going on over there? Oh, hey. Are we done playing? Knuckles, what's your problem, buddy? And here's the shrine! This is where the shrine was the whole time! And Robotnik's taking the goddamn Master Emerald! No! No, don't take my Master Emerald! Robotnik, don't take my emerald! Ah, Taser, look at that unique skeletal structure. Ow. Jesus, that looks like it hurt. Dizzy. My damn emerald! He took it! Huh. Thinking, come on, man. Yeah! Let's go, we're buddies! Knuckles figured it out what's going on. Look at that storytelling! Look at that 2D silent storytelling, all with sprite animations. You understand exactly what happened there. You know what the story was. You see the development of Knuckles' character right in front of your fucking face. The development of their friendship. And then, Eggman is using the fucking Master Emerald to power the Death Egg and launch it up on its own power. It doesn't need a launch platform. It doesn't need a rocket to launch it up. To get it off the ground anymore. He's using the Master Emerald to power it and fly it up. Thanks, Knuckles. You go ahead and calm down, lick your wounds. I know I bruised you up there pretty good, but it was all in good fun, right? We'll go handle fucking Eggman. And I love these fucking Eggman robots that he launched out of his flight bay. That we saw them launching out of the Death Egg to come hassle us. And I also really love Sky Sanctuary here. This zone kicks ass. Listen to that music. I love the design. I love the enemies, where I think these are the only enemies. I think it's just the egg bots here. I don't think there are any other robot foes that you will come across aside from these guys. Interesting. Jumping on clouds, and then... Uh-oh, what does this remind you of? Classic Sonic 1 boss. You get to refight the boss from Sonic 1. Is this a soft reboot? Ha 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 ha. But did you see who the pilot was? It wasn't Eggman. This zone kicks so much ass. And again, another thing to know about Sky Fortress is it's not part of Angel Island. It's sort of floating above Angel Island, I think you can gather, because we are up in the sky. Angel Island is still crashed in the ocean, where it landed after the Death Egg crashed into it, right? But that teleporty pole, that telepathy pa, whatever, that Knuckles used with us, invited us to use, launched us up here. So where is this area in relation to... This is a boss from Sonic 2 that we're redoing again, and again is very trivialized by the goddamn shield. Whatever you want to call that, the spiny shield. Fuck you. Fuck you, blue robot Sonic. I'll beat up your bigger brother! I'll beat up your other bigger brother! I can beat you up too. And, spoiler, in Sonic Generations, this is the level that got used to represent Sonic 3, Knuckles says, "It's nice to have my fortress back." It's nice to have my sanctuary. It's called Sky Sanctuary. It's nice to have my sanctuary back. Like, this is his fortress of solitude, but it's in the sky. I bet there are grapevines growing around, right? You can imagine he comes up here to get some away time? I don't know. Oh, come on. Got crushed. Sky Sanctuary Zone. And again, it's Sky Sanctuary Zone, not Act 1. Because this is Act 2, like, the Act 2 of Hidden Fortress. Hidden Fortress, Hidden Palace, and Sky Sanctuary are, like Hidden Palace was Act 1, and this is Act 2, so to speak. Ugh. I love that line in Sonic Generations where he said, "It's nice to have my sanctuary back." That's so cute. What happened to it? But yeah, this is obviously a separate... It's not connected to Angel Island. It's above Angel Island to some capacity. Not even just because it's crashed into the ocean right now. Even while Angel Island is floating, this sanctuary is floating above it somewhere. Ooh, this part always gets me. Which again raises questions about the ancient civilization that lived here, blah 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 blah. You fucking get the picture by now. Part of me wants to feel like this is where Knuckles was actually born. So, not Silver Sonic like in the end of Sonic 2, not Metal Sonic like in Sonic CD, this is Mecha Sonic. I think I called Silver Sonic Mecha Sonic. Or Robot Sonic or something. Eggman really has a thing for trying to make robot versions of Sonic, doesn't he? It says Act 1, but there's no Act 2. And then note, Sky Sanctuary is collapsing. Mecha Sonic does not get destroyed. He goes down with it. He is still not blown up. And then I love this. We're racing up the fucking pillar, collapsing pillar, to get to the top. We're catching up with Death Egg. Yeah! And they jump on and hop on board the Death Egg. Death Egg Zone. Nice. It's a proper level for once. This zone... Oh, shit. This zone kicks ass. This zone does a lot of fun gimmicks that I always love in Sonic games, and there's, like, all in this one. So, once again, this is the Industrial. This is the Industrial zone of the level, although, I think Mystic... I think Sky Sanctuary and Hymn Palace can be taken as, ancient rune-type places. You know what I mean? And this is just straight-up Eggman's Death Star. You better believe it's based on the Death Star. It's just straight-up the fucking Death Star, for sure. But with Robotnik's stupid fucking face. Like, Mount Rushmoring on the side of it, which is fucking awesome. Whoop. Ugh. All these internal defenses, you'd think he'd build these things knowing that Sonic was gonna crash the party. I miss the Death Egg. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Yeah! On rails! Look at this. Look at this cinematic sequence where you don't even need to touch the controller and the game's playing itself. And a cinematic little racing sequence where you're just watching Sonic zooming along. Apparently, that's a bad thing. That's something that they'll always say about the 3D games, like, oh, it just plays itself. Like, there's too many sequences of Sonic being launched around, and you're just watching him zoom by, and you're not even touching the controller. Yeah, gee, the Genesis games never had anything like that. Those are only a product of the 3D games. Faggots. Ah, jeez. I'm gonna die. Ooh, got lucky. Keep going. Again, I think the rings, like the springs, fuck you. So few. Have you seen, you can count the number of fucking, bottomless pits in this game on, like, one hand. I swear there are so few. Compared to Sonic 1, which is just bottomless pits in the second goddamn level. Like, utterly ridiculous. This game, so few bottomless pits. Like, just silly complaints. We're getting there. We're finally getting to the 3D games after this. I can finally talk about how stupid everyone is. Because once again, everyone knows this game is good. Everyone knows this game is good. I don't got anything of substance to talk about here. Whoop. Whoop. Oh shit. Those fucking things screw me up every time. Ugh. Yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. Tails jumping on it reversed it. Come on, buddy. Because if you jump on it, it reverses which direction it's going. That's cool, huh? Like that little mechanic that is only in this level. And boom, I love this sequence. Like we're bouncing around in the Death Egg's fucking engine or something like that. The sound design is so good. Listen to these sound effects. Like, this seems like it's fucking engine or something like that. And this might be a little difficult to figure out what you're supposed to fucking do the first time you play it. Once you light all those up in red, you pass through. And now, the second gimmick of the level... Oh wait, no, not yet. I love the fucking, like, core, the power core in the fucking back. So Star Wars back there. Return of the Jedi. And again, any Sonic level that has stuff like this. I love these. Every time, every game. Imagine how this looks in 3D too. Also, okay, I was trying to say the rings, that's much. The rings, like the springs, I feel like are also a gameplay convenience. Like, those are there as a thing of gameplay. I don't think the rings... I mean, they're certainly used as currency, it's stated at points, but I don't think they're, like, life-giving properties. Like, your ability to just hold on to one ring and become invincible. God damn it! I don't think that's an actual thing in the Sonic universe. I don't think that's a known component of the rings. I don't think that's an actual thing that they're known to do. As long as you're holding on to at least one ring, you will never die! Yeah, I think that's a gameplay convenience. I think that's the game going, yeah, instead of having, like, a life bar or power-ups like the mushrooms, god, this is tough. Without Supersonic. Supersonic, again, really easy to cheese. Instead of having a like this is just the gameplay justification for why you can take multiple hits. Instead of having like a life bar or power-up based life, like in Mario. Or only taking one hit, which is always bullshit. As long as you have a ring, you're good. And that's just for the sake of justifying it to the player, this is why you aren't dying. And when it's just a little... Like, when it's something like that, like, okay, why am I not dying when I get hit? Well, as long as you have a ring. As long as you have a ring, you can survive. Like, yeah, okay, in a video game, that makes sense. You can accept that kind of logic. There we go, Jesus Christ. That guy was tough. Yeah, in a video game, you can accept that kind of logic. Yeah, I have the ring, therefore I didn't die. But in universe, I don't think that's a factor. And now, what, are we on the outside of the Death Egg or something? Is that what we're supposed to presume here? What is this? And now here's the second gimmick of the level, fucking gravity shifting, which I always love also. Where you gotta run around on the roof now. Which I always thought was weird. Well, like, that's why I always thought, like, the Sally Acorn cartoon, that's just what I call it, because that's the one with Sally in it, used the rings. Like, that was such a weird thing! Like, do you remember that show? Had, like, the rings be a thing. Like, what the fuck was it? Like, there was a whole episode. Like, I distinctly remember, because it was on the VHS tape episode that I owned. I owned the VHS tape with this episode, where it explained what the power rings were and where they got them from. Was from, like, this lake that had, like, a generator at the bottom of it, and there was this magical stone that, like, generated the rings, and it was just one ring at a time. It wasn't you collect a bunch of rings. It was, he gets one ring, and with that ring, it powers him up, and I don't know, like, it was a one-time use, and every day you had to wait to get a... What? Oh, it's just so fucking weird to me. Like, why are you trying to incorporate this nonsense gameplay contrivance as an actual part of the universe? Like, on the one hand, that's kind of interesting and cool that you're trying to justify it and explain it, but on the other hand, You're not supposed to justify it and explain it. You're supposed to not think about it. That's a gameplay thing. It's the rings don't actually exist. Like, they're not actually being collected to sustain Sonic's life. Why don't you have the springs then? Like, they're the same thing. You didn't have the springs in the fucking cartoon. You didn't have an episode dedicated to explaining why there's naturally occurring springs that are either red or yellow all over the fucking place and you're using them to bounce around. But for some reason you did feel the need to explain the rings? I don't know, that was weird to me. Those fucking cartoons, I don't know, man. Never really my thing, honestly. Like, I liked them and watched them, they're good on their own merits, but like, in every regard that they were supposed to be Sonic, I was like, nah. And they never had the Chaos Emeralds. Not a single Sonic cartoon, aside from Sonic X, but I don't really count that, had the Chaos Emeralds. Like, that's what I thought that green gem that produced the power rings in that episode was. I thought that was supposed to be a Chaos Emerald. Like the gem that was in the generator that turned on the rings that the gross, ugly, like, deer guy stole. I thought that was supposed to be a Chaos Emerald, but no. Like, why did they never make the Chaos Emeralds a thing? You made the rings a thing, but you never did anything with the Chaos Emeralds? That's so fucking weird to me. Like, like, fucking priorities here, man. At least the Chaos Emeralds are explicitly said in the games to be this, like, ancient power, like, infinite power source. Even before the 3D games, that Sonic uses to become Super Sonic. But they never use those. But they use the power rings. Fucking so weird. Oh, those 3D games, they sure do suck. Having long sequences where you're just watching Sonic get bounced around all over the place and not having any input. Yeah, that's totally a thing that's only in the 3D games, and is a reason that the 3D games are bad. You fucking dumbasses. Damn it, Tails. Tails! Also hated that cartoon because, well, didn't hate. Also had a problem with that cartoon because Tails was not Sonic's sidekick. Always bothered me. Again, why don't you just do what the games did? Why is that so fucking hard? This boss is hard. Why is it so hard? Hard like this boss. This boss is something of a frustration. Because it's literally you're just going into the elevator, going up and down like this. And when it lands on him from above, it does no damage. You have to get it to hit him from the bottom. So it's all about timing. There's no challenge to this, you just gotta time it correctly. Like, I know so few people who fucking die against this boss. But it lasts way too fucking long, and, like, obviously this isn't the real final boss. That's why it's so, like, weird and simplistic. But then it lasts so long. This thing has so many hit points. You gotta hit it so many times. Like, it's supposed to be this dumb little, like, gimmicky, non-final boss preamble, like Silver Sonic to the actual final boss of, like, the Death Egg robot, whatever that was called. But it lasts so fucking long. Silver Sonic had, like, 6 to 8 hits. This thing has 1,000,000 hits, and it's really difficult to actually fucking time it correctly to actually hit him. Maybe this is just how my brain works. Maybe I am the only one who has a problem with this, but it's fucking hard for me to get this. I really just have the most luck not even bothering to try and time it, and just going in and out of the elevator, in and out, and, like, letting the own momentum, like, do itself for me. Like, get lucky, basically. This is also a boss that you can't cheese out with Super Sonic. If you have Super Sonic ain't gonna do shit for you during this. Look at how long this is taking. Why is this taking so long? There we go. Okay, final boss time. What was that? You ain't gonna get away, Eggman. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here's our big boy. Big boys for big boys. So, is this the same hand as the hand that was bothering us in Lava Reef Zone? It looks like it, but this is the one where you gotta hit each finger individually, which is where Tails comes in handy. You gotta hit each finger. Each finger has its own hitbox. So is it the same hand? Was this the same robot? I don't know. Yeah, you get that finger, I get this one. Come on, Tails. Like, your fucking weird glitching out of standing slightly off to the side from me actually comes in helpful during this boss. There we go. Now the real Dark Souls starts here. So this is and look, he's... Oh, the timing on that. So this is the... This isn't gonna take as many attempts, but it is fucking annoying. Once again, a final boss that you gotta do with 0 rings. If you don't do it your first try, do it with 0 rings. It's not that hard, but like, the timing of it always fucks me up. Because the Master Emerald charges up, whoop, 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 and then instead of firing immediately after the last whoop whoop, it like has a second delay in between the last charge up sound effect and when it actually fires. And that always fucks me up. And the stupid nose fire doesn't help. And the fact that, like, if Tails hits it before you do, god damn it! Like, if Tails hits the Master Emerald before you do, you're going to just fall and die. Which is frustrating because of how the hitboxes work with Tails. Like, if Tails hits something first, then it's invincible and you can't hurt it. So, if he hits the Master Emerald first, you're gonna go straight through the Master Emerald and fall into the bottomless pit behind him. So you have to be, like, extra finicky about it, and it's really dumb. Like, this boss can be a little annoying. At least, like, if you do it good, you can learn how to do the final boss of Sonic 2 in one shot. This one, I feel like, is always gonna give you trubs if you're doing it with Sonic and Tails. Especially since the final boss of Sonic 2, Tails wasn't there to back you up, you were just doing it alone. In this, he's here, and he can actually kind of screw you up. Like that, you gotta fucking time it good. And then... Okay, I can do this. Just gotta get the timing right. Oh my god, what the fuck? How did that happen? Ooh, okay. No worries. There we go. See, you're not so fucking tough. It's just, like, he took so few hits. Like, he has so few damage points, but just the timing of the attacks is so awkward to deal with. Now this is the true final battle. We gotta chase him along on the collapsing death egg while he's trying to escape with the Master Emerald. Eggman! Yes! Almost fell off the edge there.